Good afternoon. I'm Lynn Long, Mayor of City of Fort Oglethorpe. I'd like to welcome you to Table Topics. Today we're going to talk about Cruise In, coming back to the City of Fort Oglethorpe, and we're going to talk with Earl Green, who has helped put this together. Earl, tell us about Cruise In and what's going on there.
Okay.
You've got a special guest to it. I'm sorry, Sean. I blindsided you, Earl.
Yes, I do. This is Sean Cloud. He is president of Scenic City Camaro Club, and he's one of the partners in this Cruise In, helping me put the Cruise In on. So,
can I ask him a question real
certainly.
fast? Camaro. What kind of Camaro have you got, Sean?
Actually, I have a 45th edition, anniversary edition of Camaro, which is a 2012 special edition.
Beautiful cars.
It's beautiful cars, but
So-
in our club we have all generations.
Well, back to you, Earl, and I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I like Camaros.
Yes, sir. I do too.
So,
Kind of partial to them. What we're doing, we wanted to get this Cruise In started back again in order to help some charities. One of them being the Children's Miracle Network, and a couple other charities, you know, that we're very close to. All of them has to do with kids. And, you know, we're excited and happy to be doing it in the great city of Fort Oglethorpe because you guys have allowed us, you know, access to your city, and we appreciate that. And hopefully, you know, this thing's going to grow. I think last month we had right at 300 cars, 259, 260, something like that.
it's a lot of cars.
That's a lot of cars. And, you know, they were gracious enough at the Gateway Mall to let us use their facilities. And we're appreciative of all that. And we have such a great group of guys. You know, Sean Cloud with the Camaro Club, and we have another gentleman named Scott Green, and another gentleman named Leonard Willoughby, which puts on a lot of car events around. That helps us, and we just hope this thing grows and grows and grows. And we're looking forward to having Erlanger out to help us as well. Just a number of different people that will be at this event. We have a lot of good things going on there too, you know. Sean can sort of elaborate on a couple of things that we have coming up that people would probably want to come out and see.
How often is Cruise In going to be?
This Cruise In will be every third Saturday, weather permitting, at 3 p.m. It's going to be an afternoon Cruise In.
Okay.
And we will have, you know, fun, music. Some months we'll have live music, and some months we'll have a DJ. And on the months that we have live music, this past month we had Roberts and Sims, which is a pretty well-known band around. And I'm not exactly sure which month we're going to get them, but we have the Austin Nichols Band that's supposed to play for us. And Sean is, he has his own band as well. He's a drum instructor, and I think his band will be playing at one point this one of the Cruise Ins. I'm not exactly sure which one.
Let me ask you another question, Sean.
Okay, sure.
Or you play the drum in the band, correct?
I do.
So if somebody looks up and sees a guy in an anniversary Camaro going down the road playing a drum, they know who's in
That's
it.
right.
Probably Sean,
Well, yeah, there's not too many anniversary Camaro, 45th anniversary Camaros around.
especially with a drum guy playing a drum. Going
Right, right.
So, well, Cruise In is a very special place in my heart. A few years ago, they had a dunk tank. And the poor old mayor got to sit in the dunk tank every third Saturday of the month.
Right.
And I mean, but those days are past. So,
Are they now?
so
We can arrange that.
no, I'm going to pass on this one. We're glad to have Cruise In to begin again. I'm glad that you're going to have a band there.
Yes.
So, and I'm going to shut up and listen. So, Earl, you and Sean, y'all got the floor. Tell us a little more. It begins at 3.
It begins at 3, and and on our flyers we have a question mark, which means to whenever. When everybody leaves, you know, we're there until the event's over.
So if it lasted till daylight, it'd be daylight.
We'll be there. If it lasts till daylight, we're there.
You know, that's going to be something, have a Sunrise Cruise In.
Yes, sir. Be the first. But we're willing to try it.
I've seen some beautiful cars at Cruise Inns.
Right.
And it's hard to believe that cars can get that old and stay that nice.
It is.
And you see Corvettes, Camaros, everything from Falcons to Stingray Corvettes
That's true.
to Camaros, a Camaro convertible, Mustangs, GTOs.
Mm-hmm.
You could, and I mean, for people mine and Earl's age,
Sure.
more so than you, Sean, transportation and cars were a way of life.
True.
It's changing a little bit as society changes.
Right.
And it's kind of sad because cars were the most, when I was a teenager, a car was the most important thing in the world.
Right.
It really was. So tell us, now you're going to go from, it'll begin at 3.
It'll begin at 3, and we'll be there until the show is over. And this past show, I think we were there till around 8:30 at night. Thereabout.
Pretty successful group then
Yes,
that
sir.
day.
Mm-hmm. Don't know how many people we had. We guesstimated probably 1,000, maybe 1,500, because the entire lot was packed the entire day. So you know, close to 300 cars and all the spectators that were coming in. You know, we didn't get a head count, but I'd say we had pretty close to 1,500 people there on the lot at one time.
If you had many more, you'd need a shoehorn to get them in.
We sure would, or our much bigger parking lot, which we're happy to have. You know, we hope it just continues to grow. And this past month with 300 or close to 300, if we can grow to 500, we'll be very excited about it.
Do you have a bandstand set up so that you introduce people and?
We have, what we do is if we have a live band, we'll use their equipment to DJ from, you know, to announce from. Now, if we have a DJ there, we'll use his equipment. We've been thinking about, you know, having a. It's kind of hard to get somebody to donate a trailer every time, but we're looking into trying to get a trailer over there for a platform or a stage, so to speak. Which works out a lot better for us. If we had a stage, it sort of puts the band above the crowd, and they can hear a little better, makes it a little bit better, and we intend on that happening pretty soon. So,
If I'm a total stranger and I hear about Cruise In, and I've got a car that I'm really proud of, and I want to go to Cruise In, who do I call to get signed up to bring my car to Cruise In?
you can call myself. My name's Earl Green. My phone number is 423-827-3959, or you can call Mr. Sean Cloud.
Or actually, you can just show up.
You can just show up
With
your
your
phone
car?
number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's free registration. We do not charge
No.
at the entrance, and they can come, and we don't. We try to make it as easy access as possible. If you got a nice car you want to bring it.
Right.
Motorcycle, truck.
Is there
All
some
right.
kind of basis for the type vehicles? Is there some kind of restriction on the type cars that you bring?
No,
No.
there's none at all.
So whatever car you have that you're proud of,
Anything
You
you're
can
proud
bring
of, bring it.
oh, okay. That's fantastic.
That is, and you know, we don't care what it is. If it's one you're working on, you're in the process of restoring, or one that you're completely restored and you want to pull it over on a trailer and just let it be seen, that's fine. We want them all. You know, it doesn't matter. Motorcycles included, from the new to the old, doesn't matter. It's a Cruise In, you know. So we want everybody to come and just have a good time. And you know, the way we're able to help the charities out is by the food sales, and we don't charge anybody to come in. There's no charge. And we do have a donation bucket set up. If a person wants to donate, then they can, and that's all fine. And we'll always mention to them, you know, to buy the gas and have a good time down in good city of Fort Oglethorpe. So That's what we're trying to do is make sure that everyone knows about this cruise in, because I had calls after this past cruise in, and they didn't know anything about it. And I thought we'd gotten the word out really well, but evidently we didn't. So we're hoping there's lots more people out there that's going to show up this time.
Well, the city's got, we have, and this will be aired on the city channels, Channel 3. It'll take us a week or so to get it edited and get it to Comcast and get it on board. But it'll play on a regular basis for a while, and hopefully the people that watch will see Cruise In, and they do. And we as a city are basically a senior community today. We're getting older. I'm getting older every day. And older people, generally speaking, cars are more important to them.
Mm-hmm.
Younger people, older cars that are extremely nice are important to them, and older people too.
Sure.
To see a car, I guess I went to a Cruise In and I saw a Camaro.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at that Camaro and it had an antique tag on it. And I remember when that antique tag, that car was so new.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked myself, Lynn, does that mean you're an antique? And I guess it really does, but as we get older, we learn to tend to appreciate, I know I have, and I guess you guys have too, the things that we saw and grew up with and were very, very important as we were growing up.
Right.
So we thank you for the hard work and the effort that y'all have put in to make Cruise In happen again in the city of Fort Oglethorpe. Now, let me ask you, and you touched on this briefly a minute ago. Will there be food vendors there? Because when people come out, they get hungry.
Yes, there will.
Is there going to be vendors there so they can get some food?
Yes, sir. There will be vendors set up. We'll have one vendor there that does pretty much everything, has everything from bottled water to fresh barbecue, cooked barbecue. And then we'll have another vendor, which Sean has just spoken with. He'll be our burrito guy that will be at the event coming up the 19th of April. And we have a gentleman that'll be a cotton candy vendor, and we have a snowball vendor, I think. And so there'll be a little bit of food for anybody and everybody, whatever they pretty much want, will be there.
Are there any future plans down the pike for events for smaller children? So if grandparents bring their grandchildren or parents bring their children, that they can keep them occupied?
Yes, there is. We're working on that now. We're trying to put some things together where they have their own little playground, so to speak, that they can take the children out and play. We hope to have some air balloons and things of that nature to kind of occupy the smaller kids. And I know I love to take my grandkids like everybody else and do events like this, and sometimes my grandkids go with me. And so having something like that is huge, and that is in the plans, and we hope to have that this coming time.
And it's going to be on the 3rd Saturday of each month.
Yes, sir.
Weather permitting.
Weather permitting.
So if we have monsoons, we're not going to have it.
Right.
If the weather's beautiful like it is today and yesterday,
yes, sir,
cars are going to be out.
That's right.
The vendors are going to be out.
That's right.
Everybody's going to be having a grand time.
True.
So I appreciate y'all being here today. I really do.
Thank you.
And when you get some other things lined up, and I know y'all are working very hard and diligently, let me know, and we will have another segment of Table Topics, and we'll talk about those things as they come down the pipe. From a selfish standpoint, Cruise In is very important to me personally. It's very important to the city of Fort Oglethorpe. It's very important to antiques like me, because we got a lot of antiques around Fort Oglethorpe. I saw today a gentleman that lives in Fort Oglethorpe. He's a retiree. that drives an '87 Ford Crown Vic. It's got 80,000 miles on it. He bought the car new.
Wow.
And I mean, and I guess cars in general, seniors drive less miles than younger people.
True.
And Buicks generally, I've seen Buicks that were 15 years old that had very few miles on them. And you see at Cruise In, you're just a complete different make. Not only are they sports car, but they're all kind of cars.
Right.
So, Earl, I'm going to let you close out and let you close out, Sean, and tell us what we can do as a city to help you with Cruise In and help it happen even better.
Okay. Well, I think what we're doing right here is going to be a huge help, tremendous help to all of us, you know, as far as letting the general public know that we are there. Which, you know, like I said in the beginning, I thought we had the word out, but evidently we didn't have it out good enough because I got calls afterwards. So that being said, I think what we're doing here is going to be the biggest help to us. And your support, you know, we greatly appreciate.
Sean, we're going to let you close out, and I thank you for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having us. I appreciate it very much. One important thing to this Cruise In, since we're not charging registrations for the participants, and we're not charging spectators to come in, like a lot of car shows do, in order to support their charities and such, we rely heavy on sponsorships and donations and vendor, the small amount that we charge vendors to sell their items. You know, with as many people as we bring in, they do rather well doing so. But we rely on that, so we're looking for sponsors and vendors to help us out. Like Earl said, most of our charities that Scenic City Camaro Club and Earl's group and Southeast Street Toys, the other car club that's involved, you know, donate to is like Children's Hospital, cancer centers. We're doing a poker run and ending up at the Gateway Mall Cruise In on May 17th. It's in memory of one of our car club members' wives. It's called the Tammy Hay Poker Run, Memorial Poker Run. We started our dealership sponsor, which is Mountain View Chevrolet, and we do the back roads of Tennessee and North Georgia, beautiful land. It's going to be a great cruise. We're going to end up at the Cruise In and award the prizes there and do a raffle and so on and so forth. But like I said, the sponsors are the ones that we're looking for to help us with this, so we can give the maximum amount to our charities.
Sean, thank you very much. Thank you, Earl. Thank both of you for being here, and I appreciate your support and hard work to put this together.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
I'm Lynn Long, Mayor of City of Fort Oglethorpe. I would like again to thank Earl and Sean for being with us today and tell us about Cruise In. And we will have them back again as Cruise In progresses and gets even larger and more events in it. Thanks again. I'll be back next week with another table topic. Have a great day.